Hi guys, and welcome to this color along. I got a lot of requests about filming something with the Derwent drawings, and I usually also mix the Derwent drawings with other pencils of mine to achieve the look that I have. But today I decided just to show you how I would color mushrooms with only the Derwent drawings. Oh, my cat. Yeah, you could follow along if you also have the Derwent drawings, and I decided for fall it's a good idea to color these little mushrooms. I hope the lighting is sufficient. It's like very dark the last days, and I haven't filmed anything because the light was just so bad, but yeah, I hope it still be visible enough for you. I just have to figure out a way to actually color that. And I would want to make each mushroom a different kind of section so the videos won't be too long. And yeah, I have to figure out just how to really get that in camera because I don't have a camera that can actually zoom in. So yeah, we will see. Okay, so let's get started. I think we should start with this little mushroom because it's, I hope, easy and simple. I hope that's a little bit more visible for you. And I would actually start with the little stems. And for that, I think I would use the wheat color first to give it like a little layer of the wheat color. Okay, and then what I would like to do is take the warm gray and sharpen it a little bit more. And then I just go around the edges of the stem like that, so you create a kind of shadow. And then again, I go in again a little bit with the wheat to blend it in a little bit more the gray. And then what I like to do is take the, no, not this one. This one, the pale cedar. And then I would like to go in a little bit also because it creates a little bit of a greenish kind of shimmer. Not too much, which I kind of like. I feel like it looks a little bit more earthy. I mean, you could also use like browner tones for the stems, but I just like this kind of color combination. I'm also gonna do that to this little, whatever part that is called, underneath the little mushroom. So this is wheat. And then again, I'm taking the warm gray. I wish the Derwent drawings actually had a little bit darker grays because I feel they just have these little lighter grays and then they have like black. So I don't know, I've heard that they are working on different kind of colors for the Derwent drawings, and I hope that there will be a little bit more darker grays because I always have to use another gray from another set if I want something darker. Okay, again, I'm gonna take the wheat and blend it in a little bit. And then the pale cedar, where I go over it a little bit more. because I feel like this is not dark enough, I usually would take a darker gray to actually darken the edges a little bit more. But yeah, well, I think it's a nice challenge to also try something else and just use this limited palette. Maybe I'm going in with Warm Earth a little bit more, just to darken these edges a little bit more. And this you could also use on the stem to kind of make it pop a little bit more. Yeah, I think that actually looks fun. Great. So it gives it more like of a little bit of an earthy tone as well. And I just again go around the edges. Then I'm going back to the pale cedar and kind of blend it in. So usually I would make that darker with another color from another set, but yeah, we don't have it, so I think black would be too much, actually. So okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. And now for the head of the mushroom, I would start with Mars Orange, and then I just very lightly base that with Mars Orange. Okay, next one I am gonna take, I think this one, Singin, I don't know how to pronounce that. 6220 basically. And then I am just gonna go again around the edges. Just to darken up the edges a little bit. And I don't use too much of pressure because I think then it's gonna be harder to blend the other colors in. Okay, then again I take the Mars Orange and then I blend it a little bit in, but I try to leave a little lighter area in the middle of the mushroom. Just go again around the edges where I applied the Singin and try to blend it in a little bit with the Mars Orange. It's also a little bit hard because the Derwent drawings are not really sharp, and this is a very tiny mushroom. So, okay. Next color, I am gonna take Terracotta. And again, I'm just going over the edges and now also these little mushroom dots, just to create a little bit more of a shadow. Okay, then again I go back to the Mars Orange to blend it in a little bit more. Okay, next we have the Venetian red. And again, same thing, I'm just going over the edges a little bit more. But here you have to be careful because this is a little bit of a brownish color. I mean, there's no real red color in this set, so yeah, I don't want it too brownish looking. Okay, and then I think I'm gonna go over it again with the terracotta. I feel like it's looking a little bit too brownish. But yeah, like I said, usually I don't really do everything with the Derwent drawings. I would use another red to do the mushrooms, but I think it's great. It's okay. Okay, then again, Mars orange. Now I'm going over also the edges. Just to lighten it up again a little bit. Okay, and then I would use yellow ochre. Again, and here I would go over the parts that we kind of left white or not so, just to warm it up a little bit so that the mushroom just doesn't look brownish, I guess. But also just very lightly, just to bring in a warmer color. Okay. Okay, with the dots, I think it's gonna be a little bit difficult. I think we actually need to use black because, I don't know, usually I would use like a dark gray, but since there is no dark gray in here, I'm just kind of like go a little bit around the circles of the mushrooms. Okay, and then I use again warm gray to kind of blend that in, but I try to leave a white space in the middle, which is really difficult because this image is really tiny and the tip of the Derwent drawings isn't so sharp. Okay, and then again I just circle around these little dots just to make them pop out a little bit more. Okay, and then on the bigger circles I'm just gonna go in a little bit with white. But it's really difficult to work on such a tiny space with them. Also, if you sharpen them a lot, you can see they have like this kind of dust and it smears around a lot, so it's always a little bit difficult. Okay, I think I still am going to darken a little bit more of the edges. Now I'm taking sepia red and just go a little bit around the edges of the mushrooms. And again, a little bit with Mars orange. to brighten it up a bit more. And a little bit more of the yellow ochre. Okay, maybe I think I'm also going in a little bit more with warm earth. Just a little bit around more of the stems. And then I blend it in with the pale cedar. Okay, I think this is it for our first pair of mushrooms. So keep watching for the next one. Bye bye.